What's up, FHS, and thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of the Saber Roar. I'm Carissa.
And I'm Mitchell.
This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, so we planned a special show around it.
Students showed their appreciation for teachers by singing along to I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys.
You are my fire, my one desire.
Cre quando digo I
Want it that way.
that we
are two apart.
can reach to your heart when you say I want it that way.
Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why
Ain't nothing but a mistake.
I want it that way. Am I your fire? Your one desire.
Hi, wakatemasu. It's too late.
I want it that way. Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
That was awesome. Make sure to thank your teachers for all the hard work they do.
With prom coming closer, we have a special throwback for you, FHS. Here are the teachers reminiscing about their high school dances back in the olden days.
All right, so when I was in high school, my girlfriend, who is now my wife, our very first date was prom. We didn't have promposals back then, so what I did was I was on the phone and I asked her if she'd go to prom with me, and I didn't hear anything on the other side of the line. I thought that I was being denied, but then I noticed that I had pulled the plug right out from the wall. I called her back and she said, yeah, so I would like to say it got better from there, but it got a little crazier.
They announced who the king and queen were, and of course the queen, literally as she was walking up the stairs, tripped and fell. So that's one thing that I will never forget, and I'm sure for her that was a moment she'll never forget too.
They just started to turn the lights down. They had just started playing music. It was the first song of the night. I was itching to get out on the dance floor, so I went out there and I started busting some moves. And I started waving over to my friends, come on, come on, come on, and nobody joined me. And I kept going, and I was like, all right, it's fine. The whole first song went by and no one joined me.
So my prom date at the time, she is a good friend of mine, and I did not want to pay for her prom ticket. And not only did I not want to pay for her prom ticket, I didn't want to pay for my prom ticket because that is expensive to go to prom. So I was campaigning to get her on prom court, because if your date is on prom court, you also get a free ticket. So she got into prom court, and so she got a free ticket and I got a free ticket. That's my funny story.
The day of prom, got really sunburned, and I had a completely white tuxedo, and you could really see the standout red in my face on all the pictures, which I'm sure you'd love to share with the crew.
It was my senior year for homecoming, and I woke up not feeling great. I kept feeling worse and worse, but I just kept telling myself that it was fine and ignored it. Went to the dance and had a good time. When my date went to drop me off at the end of the night, I was really not feeling great. And before he had a chance to say goodnight, I bolted into my house, promptly threw up the rest of the night.
So there was a girl that I had liked and had a crush on for about 2.5 years, and so my senior year of high school, she asked me to prom. I was really excited, obviously I said yes, And then fast forward to prom night, everything's going great. Post-proms at the YMCA, playing basketball. I get a knee to the eye. My eye swells shut. I need 8 stitches, so at 2:30 in the morning, this girl that I have a crush on has to drive me to the ER. It was not an enjoyable experience.
Back then, everyone in your class voted for what guys they wanted to be on court. And then once you found out you're on court, you had 2 weeks to find a date. And then whatever date you took was on court. I was one of the 9 guys that made it on court. I decided I was going to wait to the end to ask anyone. At that point, I had 7 or 8 girls that literally I've never talked to before in my life that were going out of their way to, see how I was doing and like they cared about me. Not. I hope Waterloo has changed over the years and they do it the right way now.
So when I was a senior in high school, my prom ended up being scheduled for the same day as my brother's college graduation. So my parents had to make the decision between seeing my brother graduate from college and seeing me at prom. I told them, go see my brother Mac graduate, and I got to spend the day on my own, making my way to appointments, getting everything done. And so I went to prom, had a great time, and my parents still love the pictures that my cousin took for them.
All right, we had a great time at prom, and afterwards we decided we'd take a little ride and maybe take a walk down by the lakefront. So we went down by McKinley Marina. We parked my dad's van that I had and went for a walk. It was awesome. But when we came back, I noticed I must have left the light in the van on or something because the battery was dead and we were stranded. So we had to do a little walking around, find a payphone. Called my dad. He came there at like 3 in the morning, gave me a jump, and then we drove back to West Dallas, where we were from. Knew her parents would be worried sick, so I tried to smooth things over a little bit by stopping at the donut shop, which was open real early in the morning, and bring some donuts. I didn't think that I would turn the van off, and then it wouldn't turn back on, so I had to call my dad again to give me another jump from the donut shop. But the donuts were really good, and it was worth it. And now we've been married for 25 years, so I guess something went right.
That brings back some good memories. Did you go to prom last year, Mitchell?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Make sure you guys stay safe and have a lot of fun this year.
Prom isn't the only thing quickly approaching. The conference championship girls soccer game is coming up. Here's Angie with more information.
Girls soccer is having another successful season, possibly their best one yet. After winning regionals last year but falling short of the sectional championship, the team is hoping for more.
I think our biggest goal for the season is to become conference champions, because we've never done that in the school's history, so that'd be really cool to do something that's never been done before.
The girls are putting in the work this season, and it shows with their great record.
Well, this team is really special because we're all like friends with each other, so we have fun on and off the field, and I think that's just as important as playing on the field.
With their biggest game of the season tomorrow at 6:30 against Bradford, they need everyone's support. With only their parents and a few fans in attendance at their previous games, the team is encouraging everyone to come out and cheer them on.
People don't really know what to expect from girls soccer, but it's a lot more fun than people think, so.
Hashtag Believe in You challenge. Come on, come out. I'm not kidding you. May 7th!
Make sure to support girls soccer at their big game tomorrow. Kevin Atlas showed us that it's important to come together as a school and support one another. Post pictures with the hashtag Believe in You challenge.
Recently, students were able to thank their teachers at the teacher appreciation booth Angie arranged during lunches.
I'd like to give a shout out to Ms. Guderian and Dr. Chris for always kind of being there and supporting me throughout high school and teaching me a lot.
I would like to give a teacher appreciation to Miss Dreyer because she's so sweet and she gives me like really good love. I really appreciate you, Miss Dreyer.
I would like to shout out Mr. Nemo. he gives us snacks, and like he's just a really good teacher, and he's always there to help us whenever we need.
So we'd like to give a special shout out to Jab for not making us fail chemistry.
Thank you for helping us learn chemistry.
Shout out to Miss Tyndall for being so nice and caring and for making English fun.
We'd like to give a shout out to Miss Weston
For constantly listening to all of our problems.
I'd like to shout out Miss Racky. She's pretty much a baller, and she always lets me play basketball after gym.
Shout out to Pep Rocky, because he's always looking out. I appreciate his work. I always see him in the streets when I'm driving. I just love that guy. Hope he's having a nice day.
Shout out to Mr. Gain. Thanks for being you. I want to thank all the teachers throughout high school, throughout the past 3 years. I want to thank Mrs. DeClark, Miss Bausch, Miss Edelman, Mr. Thurin, and Mrs. Mercier. Thank you all so much.
I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Schlecht because she's always super understanding and nice, and even though people don't always say it, we're always very appreciative of all the work that she puts in for our class.
We'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. Rember because she's so nice, so supportive, and she's always there for us.
Shout out to Mr. Brandenburg. That's my homie. We're basically brothers. Yeah.
Aw, that was so sweet. Thank you, students, for expressing your appreciations for our awesome teachers.
Backed by popular demand, here's Michael with his teacher's impressions.
Today, it's a beautiful day. It's a new day. Can't wait to teach.
I'm okay!
Hey Joe, got a question there, buddy?
What's the frontal lobe?
Joe, my amygdala! Smarties, classical conditioning is not gonna work today, Joe.
What are you doing there, young? Getting a lift in, coach. That's not the football workout. I don't care, coach. It's working for me. Are you working on that beach body workout? Yes, coach. No. Get after it, young. Again, young? You're working on that beach body workout again. Do my best, coach. I'm gonna teach you how to do a real workout. Now let's hit the squat rack. Okay. Rack it. What? Rack it! What was that? Squatting. I want some enthusiasm! Come on, young! Lower! Lower, young! It's as low as I can go, coach. Your butt should be cold against squatting right now, young. You're really getting me angry there, young!
Again, no teachers were hurt in the filming of this segment. Thank you for being such good sports. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to subscribe to the Saber Roar YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter and Instagram @the Saber Roar. Stay up to date with all things Saber Roar.
Thank your teachers for all they do. We'll see you next time, Franklin.